So my car just broke down again, so I'm about to make another video. This video is going to be titled, Defending Black Women Who Desire to Leave You Out Here to Die. Let's talk. I'm going to be most likely the last man alive in defense of the melanated woman, the so-called black woman. Most likely going to be the last person alive. Getting through this stuff that the devil working through you all wants me to continue going through. Oh, I look ugly as shit, I know, don't I? I know. I always have, actually. Well, there was a point in my life where what's keeping me looking so horrific unto you, I had under control. But then once my father played the white folks games and had all 4 of my wisdom teeth removed, now anything of this artificial, oversaturated and poisoned food world I eat contributes to me looking like a monster to you and causing babies to react in fear and pain from my face. When women tell me, hey, no, don't believe that, I don't listen to them. When you people hop online and give advice saying things like, any relationship advice you give is trash, garbage, all of it is. There is no relationship advice you can give to anyone that'll help them win in a relationship, even if you fix your physical features upon sight and all of that goes right by way of how you look, you will still lose her. You will still lose, period. Rejection is not redirection. It is failure, because death is failure. Men cannot live without women, and women cannot live without men. Men cannot live without women, and women cannot live without men. I don't care what all of you idiots believe in regards to men being able to survive without a woman. No, we cannot. We're not supposed to. And women cannot survive without us. They're not supposed to. We are not supposed to be separated from each other at all. No one is supposed to be single. It's good to have sex. You don't need to necessarily retain your semen. Good to have self-discipline, control, stoicism, absolutely, especially in a world like this. You people, man, the way you think, it just repulses me every moment I breathe. So I'm going to tell you things to stop doing it now. More things. If you all think black women are inherently crazy, you're wrong. They are not. We get mutilated at birth. They brainwash us to hate us for it. We get mutilated at birth. They are brainwashed to hate us for the flaws, or they are brainwashed to hate us for the damages. They are brainwashed to hate us for the abnormalities. They are brainwashed to hate us for these things. They are brainwashed to. No black woman alive is inherently crazy. No black woman alive is inherently evil. You know, if black women were really evil, did you know they wouldn't be able to sleep at all? Why are they able to sleep? Why are any of you able to sleep? If all of you were truly this screwed up and evil, none of you would naturally be able to sleep at all. Nothing natural will be able to dictate any portion of your life at all if any of you were evil. Meaning you wouldn't even be able to go to the bathroom. You wouldn't be able to eat if you were truly evil. Did you know black women can eat? Did you know black women get hungry? Did you know black women feel things that are natural? You know, all things natural come from source, and source is the most positive thing in all of reality. Black women are, you know, when a black woman gets comfortable with you, she has this state of like submissiveness in a sense. Kind of like she becomes your heir. She becomes your heir in a sense. a black woman does, or a melanated woman. Tired of calling you black woman. You're not black. You're a melanated woman. You're a goddess. You're a universal constituent. I just did some research on quantum. I just found out that quantum is another name you can give unto who the true Most High God is. Follow me for a second if you would. So the research I've done, because see, at first I was talking about atoms, and that's the main thing I would get to was the atoms. I wouldn't go anything beneath the atoms. I mean, I have been in the entire time. I've been saying everything correct the entire time, but like at the same time, I haven't been saying things correct, because let's not forget, everything is still colonized. I've been saying I rest in a 9-dimensional thinking mind. It turns out I'm trying to get to a 9-dimensional thinking mind, because I only rest in an 8-dimensional thinking mind. I rest in an 8-dimensional thinking mind, trying to get to the 9-dimensional thinking mind. No one on the planet can enter a 9-dimensional thinking mind due to the way the world is set up. So I rest in an 8. I'm going to explain some more stuff about it now. So, it's quantum realm or quantum vacuum, 1801. Do some research on the brother who, or the recessive who came up with the simplistic way to view the universe and the two, I believe, colliding lights, or two, how light is waves. I believe he said light is actually a wave, not particles. I mean, they form into particles, but it's still a wave, you know. Light waves. Do some research on Newton meters. Do some research on how light is 380 nms to 780 nms, Newton meters. Do some research on Newton meters, what a Newton meter is, and how Isaac Newton's measurements of light gave validation of how light is actually wave, meaning the sun, the light. What makes the sun is waves. In other words, electromagnetic waves that become particles and things of that nature. In other words, the Most High God blending with this fake ass universe to become light. Long story short, moving forward though. So it's the quantum realm or the quantum vacuum. Then it's the quantum strings. After the quantum strings, it's something called the quarks. And after quarks, it's the atoms. Now here, I'm going to correct something that I've been getting wrong on the atoms for a moment. This is what I've been getting wrong. Whenever I would label and describe an atom, I would say things like the protons, neutrons, and the electrons are all within inside the nucleus of the atom. But then I would go on and say things like how the electron energy is always outside of the nucleus of the atom. Meaning, like, I would say something incorrect, but then say it correct right after. I kept doing that by accident, but that's because everything is colonized, including me. I do not wish to live this way at all. Remember, black supremacy, which is the main thing the oppressive bodies are trying to keep destroyed, or should I say, black supremacy is what the oppressive bodies would consider to be black people making a choice with their own lives. And that's what we can't allow and or have at all. Because if you do make a choice with your own life, you're going to choose to live in peace. You're going to choose to regenerate all the damages we've done to you. You're going to choose to fix everything that's wrong. We, or they, them, those pale people who so-called are in charge of the world, do not want any portion of nature to live in peace at all. I said nature. I didn't say anything about black folks. I see this war, the entirety of this thing, way more thoroughly than you all do. Every single recessive geneity or every single recessive genetic person on this planet alive is in servitude to the devil in some kind of way, shape, or form. In other words, regardless if you are a good white person or a bad white person, you shouldn't be the way you are, period. You know, white people cut our dicks off as infants for shits and giggles. Moving forward. Here. So, here's what I've gathered now. New thoughts, new ways, new ideas to see things now. So the quantum vacuum is also the conscious mind of the Most High God, which is also the firmament, which is also the soul star chakra, which is also the source of all moral authority. I didn't say the source of all immoral authority. and the protector of good. I didn't say the protector of evil and the supreme being. I didn't say the lessest being, the most high being. The quantum vacuum is the firmament and the soul star chakra and the conscious mind of the true most high God of the universe, where our natural, inborn, innate, instinctive, characteristical traits come from. The reason why you feel good comes from that area, in case you didn't know. Next, the way I've studied it, these strings, these quantum strings, right? What are they actually? According to what I've seen, they are nadis. But before I move on, the quantum realm, I meant to look at this word again before I posted the video, started talking through this video. The quantum realm has two things, or the quantum definition. The definition of the word quantum has two specific words in there. It's a vesicle. That's the first word, but then it's the second word that's kind of hard to remember. I think it's acetylcholine. Acetylcholine, I believe that's how you say it. Acetylcholine and vesicles within the definition of the word quantum. Here's how I'm grasping the comprehension of it to make this make even more sense to me. When you look at the definition of the actual word quantum, and you notice there's an acetylcholine in the word and there's a vesicle in the word. The acetylcholine is what's pushing into the universe, and the vesicle is also what's pushing into the universe. When I did the comparison and the contrast to these things, this may or may not be something that is true. May or may not be. The acetylcholine is what you can consider Brahman from the quantum realm, because let's not forget, the quantum vacuum is the Most High God's energy source. The quantum vacuum is the Most High God's energy source, and that energy source pushes through from the strings, and then to what I studied was the quarks, and then after that was the atoms, where the electrons sit outside the nucleus of the atoms, and they spin around and terrorize the protons and neutrons inside of the nucleus. Evil does not belong in our reality at all. Moving forward, though. So, the quantum realm pushes acetylcholine or choline, BKA Brahman, as well as vesicle, as well as vesicle energy, and or prana energy. That's what, when you look at the word vesicle and you look at the word prana, they're almost one and the same thing, because prana is a life-giving force. Is breath considered to be a life-giving force, and a vesicle is, when you study the word, it's gas kind of like filling up into something within the body. You follow what I'm saying? Like the acetylcholine is all about the mental work, and the vesicle is all about the physical giving, just like the Brahman is all about the mental work, and the prana is all about the breath. You see, the physical breath. They're almost one and the same thing. So like I said, when you look at the word quantum and you look at the definition of it, you'll notice that the acetylcholine word is almost like Brahman, and the vesicle word is almost like chlorine. The vesicle word is almost like the prana. You follow what I'm saying? And that's what according to what I studied in regards to the soul star chakra, the soul star chakra is pushing the acetylcholine and the vesicle prana into the universe to give everything life. And the thing is, it's not even necessarily doing this by choice. Not necessarily. It's just doing it because that's what it is. Remember, this fake evil universe is trying to firmly seal away what the true Most High God is, that quantum realm. This universe that we see is trying to seal away that quantum realm. This universe that we are in, that we see, that we are wasting our time being in existence for, is trying to seal away this quantum energy, this quantum realm. You follow what I'm saying? And due to the pressure of it, due to the pressure of its mere existence, because its mere existence applies pressure. The Most High God's mere existence, its mere energy's existence applies pressure. So, that pressure coming from the Most High God can be labeled and described as a vesicle and or prana. And its mental, kind of like nature. Its characteristical nature can be labeled and described as the acetylcholine, if I'm saying that word right, and or Brahman. You follow what I'm saying? And those two feed into the energy, into the universe as our characteristical traits, and or the life, which is the life in men. You follow me? Or life in all people, life in all mankind. Life is the light in men. Light is the life in men. You can say it however you want to say it. They're the same things in the same area inside of us. Power in you. God is in you. Moving forward, I'm going to get back to our women in a moment. Just want to throw this out here first. What I learned about these, the more things I learned about the quantum realm and things of that nature, and what it really is. So, the conscious mind, Most High God's, is the quantum realm. Brahman, and or prana, and or acetylcholine, and or the vesicles push through to the strings, the quantum strings. Now, hear the quantum strings for a moment. Let's talk about that. When I studied more about the quantum strings and I studied the literal definition of what the string is in quantum physics, I noticed that they're talking about those Nadi strings, those 72,000 Nadi tubes, which connect directly to the true Most High God of the universe. 72,000 of them. That's like the second layer after the quantum realm, according to what the science people label and describe. The strings, the quantum strings, right? So the quantum strings are the Nadi tubes, from what I'm gathering here. That's what those quantum strings are, those Nadi tubes. What is a Nadi in Sanskrit? A Nadi means channel or tube in Sanskrit. And there are 72,000 Nadis in total. Now, here's the reason why I wanted to mention this, because there are 3 major Nadis that hold some serious significance that may connect the dots to these here strings, these quantum strings, the Nadi tubes. The Nadis may connect because the Nadis are a lot like the nervous system in our bodies, but they work and or operate in space and time, just like a quantum string does. You follow me? So the 3 major Nadis, this is what I want to put out here for this information. The 3 major Nadis, the Pingala Nadi, the Ida Nadi, and the Sushumna Nadi. The Pingala Nadi, the Ida Nadi, and the Sushumna Nadi. Now check this out. The Pingala Nadi starts at the root chakra and weaves in and out, or weaves to the right and weaves in and out all of the rest of the chakras until it sends into our right nostril. And then the Ida Nadi does the same thing, but it goes to the left and weaves in and out of all of the rest of the chakras until it sends in our left nostril. It starts from the base, and they both weave in and out until they send in our left and right nostril. You follow what I'm saying? And then the Sushumna Nadi is just the one that starts from the base and runs straight up. Now think about this for a second. It's like, and then there's another one, right? And then there's a staff that runs up in the middle of it. A staff. It's called the central Nadi. But here's the thing though. Here's what all 3 of them represent. The Pingala Nadi represents masculine energy. The Ida Nadi represents the feminine energy. And the Sushumna Nadi represents the spiritual energy, or the balance energy, or the neutron energy. You see. Now, peep game, right? So, the Ida Nadi is actually negative energy in the human body. It's not feminine energy, it's negative energy. This is also an explanation for your twin flames parable. And also where the staff of Hermes may have gotten its inspiration from. The Pingala Nadi represents the masculine energy, or the positive energy within the body. And then the Sushumna Nadi represents the balance energy, and or the neutron energy within the body. But notice, all 3 energies are within your one body. You follow what I'm saying? And these are the strings, or the quirks right here. Not the quirks, but the strings. The strings are beneath the quirks. And from what I'm gathering, and from what I'm studying, those strings, those quantum strings, are of the 72,000 Nadis channels or tubes that connect directly to the true Most High God of the universe, and or the quantum realm, and or the firmament, and or the conscious mind of the Most High God. Positive energy of the universe, positive, pure energy of the universe. The word vesicle also has uh, liquid fluidity type of information within its within the word's meaning. And I have been saying, of course, the entire time, the true Most High God of the universe is of positive, pure water energy and light, fused together and perfectly balanced. You follow what I'm saying? So, pretty chilly. Moving forward. So yeah, the staff of Hermes may be inspired by the three major nadis. Those quantum strings. The staff of Hermes may be inspired by the three major quantum strings. Maybe. But here's the thing though. It's not femininity in you, nor is it necessarily masculinity in you. They are just energies that do certain things as they are inside of you, giving you your abilities to be what they are. Energies that are doing certain things. Did you know that this is not skin color, it's energy hue? Or it's an energy ray? You can consider this as an energy hue or an energy ray. Overwhelmingly destroy racism. You can consider this skin tone as an energy ray or an energy hue, meaning it's what this skin tone right here, this skin shade right here, what it's showing you is what the energy in you is showing you. Meaning this skin color is only the skin color because of how the energy in you is shining through you. That makes sense to you. Reality is weird, isn't it? Moving forward. So, strings, right? Quarks. After the strings now. What do I consider the quark as? I haven't done too much extra research on a quark yet, but from what I'm gathering, it's just the physical qualities of reality. That's what a quark is, that we are constituents of. From what I'm gathering thus far, because I did brush over the word and see what it means literally. So I want to just go ahead and say that a quark is the physical qualities of reality, maybe. But then you move to the atom. Back to the atom. Here's what I want to get at. So, the protons and the neutrons are enclosed in the nucleus of the atom, while the electrons are all around it, zapping it all day while it's in there, trying to disturb it and interrupt it as much as it possibly can. Because it's pure evil. That's what pure evil energy does. If we can have a universe without electrons, I wonder what it'd be like. Well, I know white people wouldn't be evil anymore, nor would they be trying to start all these wars and threaten us with nuclear warheads every day, threaten us with nuclear bombs. Did you notice you are colonizing people who do not like to fight at all unless you've tricked them to do so, just like you did all my gangsters. All of my gangsters started off for a good reasoning, just like all of my women started off for a good reasoning. But then you, your words and your air from your mouth, just gotta keep putting stuff in it, into the mind heart spaces of my family, driving them out of their character, out of their good and balanced character. Because you know something, protons are positive and neutrons are balanced, and those are the only two energies in the nucleus of the atom. As within, so throughout, meaning this electron spiraling crazy thing should just be like a galaxy ring around my nucleus, versus being so crazy and ensuring that my car is broken down, ensuring that I cannot correct my life or my reality the way I need to. And now I look like a caveman in front of you, when in reality, I don't usually look like this at all, or at least I try not to. And it's because of these spiraling electrons all around my nucleus. Because your electronic government all around my nucleus, causing the surface of my situation, because the nucleus is the surface, the grounds. That's what the nucleus is, the grounds. The parable is still the same, with the correction or without it. Doesn't matter. It's not going to change up. It's the same parable. Give humanity the weapon they need to beat this, so I can beat this and stop living the way you are constantly meddling with me to live in. Because I get a sense that as I was in there working, you probably just opened my door, popped the hood, and sabotaged my engine again. Again. Yeah, again. Because you've done it many times now. I know how every white person alive works. I just survive you now. I survive you. This is what I do around you people. I survive you now. All of these things that I'm learning, all these things that I'm posting online, they are to help me survive you. Until my people could possibly get the words that they need from these words that you are hiding from them right now, because this is what you do. You're so pathetic. Because you are hiding these words from them right now. They don't necessarily get all the answers they need right up front to just be ready to go and take what is theirs back, all of nature. It's not about black supremacy. The only reason why you don't like the idea of black supremacy, I don't believe in black supremacy. The only supremacy I believe in is soul supremacy. And since I just learned that the quantum realm or the quantum vacuum is the Most High God and soul in one, or the same thing, then guess what? It's about quantum supremacy to me then. It's all about quantum supremacy to me. It ain't about black supremacy. It's about quantum supremacy. It just so happens that the quantum realm is what makes our skin melanated. If my people were able to hear these answers, man, we would overthrow you a lot faster. But you don't want that. Because black supremacy means black people live in peace. You want them to live in endless wars. I mean, don't you? All I see every single day of my life when I get online is something that a white person is putting on there that's going to kill us. Slowly. Suffer to death. So it's like, you know, when I see these so-called good white people out here, that's confusing me. Because it's like all I see these people doing out here is killing me all day long, ensuring that I remain in a position where I'm doing one thing, suffering till I die. I mean, this world, this evil can end in like 40 minutes overnight. All of these problems can end overnight, but yet you don't want to end the problems because you want them to keep going. There are more bad white people than there are good ones on this planet. Or should I say, I don't like calling you white people. So corny. The non-melanated people, the recessives, so many other things other to call you other than what you believe you are. Everything you believe you are is wrong. All of it is. Which makes you wrong. And since you are this so-called government of our world, everything else is wrong. Just like you wanted it to be. And that's why it is. And that's why it's not changing. Because you are still here to ensure it will remain the same way it is. Wrong. But see, then there's that black supremacy you have to stop. Because if black supremacy takes over, everything goes right. You know that. Want to know why it'll go right? Because black people, your black people that you talk about so much, that you hate so much, that you say you don't want to be around, that you say you don't want to go near, that you can't leave alone ever. The black people are constituents of all nature. So if black people had the ability to make at least one choice with their lives, which you are stopping them from doing, you want to know what they do? Take care of them. That's what you don't want. You just can't allow melanated people anywhere on this planet to take care of themselves. You just can't allow that. That's why we have to keep living the way we do. Being left out to die by our own kind. Sellouts all over the place because you pale folks will not stay out of their heads. We only got sellouts because of the white folks globally. Or Boers, right? That's what you call them too? Boers. Bohers, Bohers, Bohers. Their leader is an evil woman. So Boers, why you call them Boers? I wonder. That's interesting. Everything about my people is fascinating, and it'd be even better if the recessives just didn't have power. It's not about black supremacy. It's about quantum supremacy or soul supremacy. It's about the firmament supremacy. It's about God supremacy. It's about the right thing being the government of our reality. That's what it's about. Because it's obvious, while the wrong thing is the government of our reality is wrong. Or our reality is made to be wrong. For example, abominations ruling the world. And barbaric abominations at that. Barbaric abominations are in charge of everything. Barbaric abominations are what decide the information that we study. For example, like the Newton meters. Isaac Newton's measurements of light. Isaac Newton's measurements of light. Oh, what are you saying? He's a recessive. So what that mean? Everything you people touch, you destroy. All of it. I'm tired of trying to prove anything to you. I'd just rather tell you how disgusting you are. Everything you touch and everything you do and everything where you go and every plan that you make is for the destruction of melanated lives. Everything. So Isaac Newton's measurements of light, I guarantee you when you study them, study what Newton meters are, I guarantee you it's some type of perversion of the true measurements of light. Where do you think they get all their genius and all their intelligence from? Us. They just take it and pervert it so they can ensure we live lives that with regards to us suffering to death. Before I go off track, back to melanated women real quick. So with that thought in mind, I'm going to ask you some questions. Or with all those thoughts in mind, about who the true Most High God is, about it being about quantum and or God supremacy and or about soul supremacy. It's not about black supremacy at all. The quantum realm is in you too as well, you so-called white folks. So if I'm saying quantum supremacy, then isn't that means I'm supporting your supremacy as well? Think! You can't though, because all you can do is feel like our women can. But then again, it's like our women are only supposed to be thinking as well. Why aren't they? Because you people and the way you are, teach them how to feel only. Only go off of what you see and what you feel. You made our women two-dimensional. Do y'all really think it's just the media alone programming our women to be so misbehaving? Do you really think it's what they consider the patriarch, and there's no such thing as a patriarch or a goddamn matriarch in this sense right here? There is no such thing as a patriarchy or a matriarchy at all. None of that exists. You want to know what exists? Evil trying to conquer good. So simple, isn't it? We are dealing with universal energies, universal forces at play here. There is nothing human truly involved at all unless the human is obeying which energy is telling him to do something. For example, our women are being misled or being told to live by a seriously negative force of energy. They're not being told to live by the positive balanced source of energy, obviously. They're being led by the source of all immoral authority or by the source of negative energy. That's what they're being led by. And you want to know what the source of negative energy brings to the surface? All of your poisonous foods, all of your concrete on the ground, all of your circumcised men, all of your brainwashing, all of your programming, all of your entrenchments, negative entrenchments, all of your niggas ain't shit. All of you deprive them, leave them out to dies. All of these things come to the surface due to the negative energy at its source, driving you to bring them to the surface. And whatever comes to the surface is also going to go on the foundation, because the foundation is the surface and the surface is the foundation. So that means the surface is the nucleus and the foundation at once, meaning the physical body is the foundation and the physical body at the same time. Whatever comes to the surface, meaning in the hands of your physical body, will also go to the foundation simultaneously. You follow what I'm saying? And if you are allowing the Most High God to lead you versus the Most Low Devil to lead you, which is what our women are doing, unfortunately, but then again, they were forced and trick-talked into doing so. Everybody was. That's why you're forced. That's why you're doing it. Everybody was forced in Trick Talk to follow the force of negative energy. Negative nature force of energy. Everybody was Trick Talking into following it. That's why you're doing it. I wish you would stop, but you never will, ever. Because it's fun. Because you feel like doing it. You want to be blessed, not be lifted in the spirit. And it's because of your stupidity, ignorance, and nescience, people like me have to deal with a car breaking down every 3 weeks. And then it don't be no minor thing either. It'd be something big. Because let's never forget, every time I take it to a shop, it's getting sabotaged even more. Why? Because you all are following the negative energy of the universe, not the positive balance energy of the universe. What do you know, huh? I know I'm alive, experiencing your idiocy. I can't wait to get in your face and cuss you out. I'm not about to be anybody's friend at all. I don't want to be any of your friends at all. I want to weaponize you. Make you stop destroying my life. I'm just going to say things that may help, or I know will help. I only did all of the studying that I did to figure out how to keep a woman happy. That's what I started out doing. But then it shifted. Still not what I started out doing, but it shifted to be stop white people from destroying our lives. Because here's the reality. I can't keep a woman happy because white people keep destroying my life. Oh, you victim mentality. Who cut our dicks off as a baby? Who cut our dicks off as babies? Why is there a white Jesus picture? Why do we have to work? Why are we not farmers? Why is currency needed anywhere? Why are there so many countries and continents and divisions and things and borderlines and policies that do not benefit our people at all? Why are so many women online every day talking about how much they hate the men they are with? Why are there so many women today not living the way of the quantum realm? Or the quantum realm's energy, or the quantum vacuum's energy? When you do your research, you'll see what I mean by quantum vacuum. Why are we not living according to this power in us? It's all one, by the way. Why are we not living the way this power wants us to live? Does it want us to live like that? Honestly, it doesn't care how we live. It's a free will giving energy. It just gives you your strength and vitality to function. That's what the energy in you does. But it serves you for the good. Why can't you serve you as the energy in you is serving you? You want to know why? Because of the recessive people globally. No matter what you do, no matter how you look around it, it's always going to lead to the same answer. Stop trying to defend evil. Stop trying to protect evil. There ain't no good white people. Ain't none. If you believe there are, you're wrong. The so-called good white people only exist so the bad ones could be worse. They defend them. I guarantee you right now, if a group of bad white people came into an area where a group of good white people are, they would submit to the bad white people's way. I guarantee you they would. They're not going to stand against the bad white people's rule, orders, and authorities and policies and lies and all this shit here. They're not about to stand against that. You want to know what they're going to let it do? Walk all over their lives. You want to know why they're going to let the bad white people walk all over our lives and continue to do it? Because they're benefiting from their feelings. Their feelings are being benefited from this world as it stands. That's why they allow it to happen. That's why the so-called good recessives on this planet allow the horrible, evil recessives on this planet to continue doing what they're doing, to continue their debauchery. Because let's never forget, you get a chance to have all your sceneries and wows. You pale ass people love this shit. You love it all. And you know you do. Yeah, my mask is coming off. I'm trying to keep it on. But then after this, it's like, whatever, man. You're going to keep on ruining everything. So it's just like, if we don't say what's necessary with all the cards on the table, everything revealed, hands shown, blah, 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 you're just going to keep destroying everything that we are. You're never going to stop. You have too much fun ruining us. Your helicopters in the sky all day. The only reason why you even send your spies and do any kind of spying is to ensure that we are still suffering to death. Because if we come close, your fake ass God forbid, if we come close to living in peace or being able to make good decisions that'll guarantee our healthy steps towards and forward in life, oh man, your jealousy gonna kick in. You gotta shut it down. Everything you do is for no reason. Your existence is for no reason. If you are a recessive geneity anywhere on this planet, you should be ashamed of yourself. It's that real. Why is the evil of the world still going? Because you wanted to. You're not doing enough. Oh yeah, I see some of you, or should I say a lot of you, waking up and turning from your cults and all this shit here. Oh, I see that happening, sure, but everything's still going. Nothing is shut down. We're all still forced and obligated to work. We're all still forced and obligated to eat poisonous food. We're all still forced and obligated to suffer to death. Everybody is. So it's like the longer that white supremacy remains, so-called white supremacy, because white supremacy ain't real either, because let's never forget, white people ain't making no choices with their own lives. Remember, you're trying to stop black supremacy. And since you came from black people, that means you're trying to stop your supremacy, you fucking idiot. And then to you fucking idiots stopping your own supremacy, you want to know what that means? Ain't no quantum supremacy. It's only the devil's supremacy. So long story short, as long as this so-called white supremacy shit remains, you all don't give a fuck about your kids at all. As a matter of fact, as long as white supremacy remains, you want all your kids to die. As long as white supremacy remains, you want all your kids to suffer to death. As long as this so-called white supremacy remains, you want all your kids to eat poisonous food. You want all your kids to be suffering. You want all your kids to get their dicks chopped off as babies. You want all your kids to be raped for a decade straight as they're growing up throughout high school and middle school. You want all your kids to suffer, and you want all your kids to be failures. You want all your kids to lose. As long as white supremacy exists, you want all your kids to lose and suffer and lose and lose and lose. Nothing else. I don't have to go through dates and nothing like that to tell you what you are. You are pure, stupid, and evil. Purely stupid and evil. That's what all of you recessives are on this planet right now. You are barbaric, deprived of your melanin, and only in existence or only alive to ensure we cannot be the right way. And since you are assuring the sapient race will not be allowed to live correctly, you are ensuring you and your children will not be allowed to live correctly. But you're so stupid and evil that you can't comprehend this. And the thing is, you can. You just don't feel like it. So you don't feel like caring about your children then. Global Child Manumission. It's my weapon. Project 5 is all about Global Child Manumission. Look, here's the thing. All of these projects that I have lined up, I'm kind of like living them all right now. So like in my head, I have my wife right now. Like I don't have her physically with me. My fully melanated woman. I don't have her physically with me. But like in my head, I have Deborah Ayarende already. I'm already married to Deborah Ayarende in my mind. Or should I say I'm already married to Nestria in my mind? Or should I say I'm already married to Angela Summer Namobiru in my mind? Or should I say I'm already married to Nefessa Williams in my mind? No, it'll never happen. I'm most likely going to lose myself or lose my life physically before I even come to a point of seeing happiness be in my life. Truly, there's a high probability that I'm going to die before I get to a point where I can live my life. You follow what I'm saying? Why do I say that? Why do I sound so negative? Because white people exist. There ain't no progressing in the future properly as long as they're alive to do what they're doing. That's the reality. I'm never going to be successful as long as the recessives exist anywhere at all on this planet. That's just the fucking fundamental facts right there. Them the fundamental facts right there, bro. As long as they live, I cannot the right way. Because they won't let me. Am I saying I want to kill them all? I'm not saying that shit at all. All I'm doing is stating the facts. As long as they live, I will not be able to the right way. As long as all the recessive people on the planet live, I will not be able to the right way. As long as all the recessive people on the planet live, their children will not be able to the right way. Want to know why? Because they will never stop serving the devil, ever. They can't stop serving the devil. They don't want to. It's too fun. Why do you think our women are misbehaving as they are? You want to know why? Because our women are acting like them. Hatred for the black man and the black man only. They operate just like the recessives, don't they? Our women. That we need to steal from them. Did you know, random thought, the snake symbolism is punishment for rebellion, not sly or predatory, stealthness or whatever. Sly of tongue, slippery slope tongue. Oh, I get it though. If you see a snake in real life, due to the primal instinctive nature that all fucking animals have, there's a high probability that it'll just attack you, strike, bite you and poison you, right? That's what a snake would do, right? What a reptilian animal would do, right? Where did the snake come from? How did the snake originate? Well, according to the Bible, it was bound to its belly, for it's confusing or deceiving according to what the story says. But in reality, it just told Eve and essentially Adam, bite of this fruit and ye shall be as gods. I'm all about God's supremacy. I know what the snake in the garden meant when it said that. Ye shall be as gods, as. Meaning you'll move in God-likeness. Meaning you'll move in a way that's not of this so-called sky daddy of yours that you want to worship and fear so damn much. It ain't real. Nothing you believe in is real. The snake in the garden, according to the story, said in Genesis 3, said you should be as gods, right? Meaning if you bite from this fruit and you gain your awareness, you become the awareness, or you become the spirit in the body. You incarnate. You will reincarnate. That's what the snake meant by that. Oh, I believe the snake is Lilith, by the way. So what Lilith said to Eve in the garden was, if you bite of this fruit, as this fake-ass God of yours told you not to do, what's going to ultimately happen is that you're going to have awareness that it's just a regular fruit. That means you're lying to me. I wouldn't lie to me. I'm going to be as gods then. You can believe whatever you want. You ain't got to buy that. But from what I'm gathering right now, Lilith and Eve were heroes. I want to show you something weird I do. So you see this thing right here? Remember this? This is supposed to be devilish, right? You know what I see this as? I see this as, at first I saw this as 30, half a score. But I'm starting to see it now as 03. Just 03. Now let me, here, watch this. This will be the last thing I'm going to say to you. Then I'm going to close the video out. So Revelation chapter 13, verse 18, it says, here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast. Always remember, never forget. This world is always trying to tell us what we are, meaning this fake-ass world is. This fake-ass world is always trying to tell us what we are. This fake and evil world is always trying to depict us into being something. It starts from when we are born all the way throughout our lives, and it never stops doing it, ever. They set up signs to depict you into things out here. There are signs set up to depict you into things. Revelation chapter 13, verse 18. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man. And his number, if you can reverse the video so you can see what that says, somehow use your settings or whatever the hell you got to see that. And his number, you see what that says right there? It's 603 score and 6. 603 score and 6. This Bible says 603 score and 6. Here's another one. There's another Bible I have right here. I have two of them. Just to show you how much they like to change things up. Meaning the recessive people who have control over our world right now. They like to change things up every week. Cause another sabotage here, cause another sabotage there. You know how they get down. They've been doing it for 6,000 years. You just act like they haven't. And you still acting like they're not doing it. Here we go right here. There's another Revelation chapter 13, 18. It says, this calls for wisdom. Let the person who has insight calculate the number of the beast, for it is a number of a man. That number is 666. See, it says 666 in this one. And then on top of that right here, compare, contrast, and put them right together with each other. If you have some kind of setting to reverse the word so you can see what that says properly. What am I ultimately getting at? This is going to be the last thing I want to say before I close out the video. I want to overwhelmingly decolonize or prove to you how much these people be lying to us. So we are not beasts. Our ancestors were not beasts. They were farmers and builders. The recessive geneity who run this world call us beast and evil and devil, and they just call us what they are. Barbarians. Chaotic, barbarous murderers. Barbaric murderers. That's what the recessive geneity who govern this world are. And those who are of the good, so-called good recessive category, you are just cowards. All of you. So, 603 score and 6. Here's what I'm getting to. So after I made a revamp of the atomic number or the atomic setup, meaning how the proton and the neutrons are the only energy within our physical bodies, as the electrons are the physical body and or are outside of the physical, or outside of the nucleus of the atom, spinning around and causing all this chaos and zapping things in, right? Here's what I found out. It's protons, neutrons, electrons. Every time. Protons, neutrons, electrons. Protons, neutrons, electrons. So, when you study the periodic table, of elements, and you come to the element known as carbon, carbon has an atomic quantity number of 6 within its description, right? The atomic number 6. What is an atomic number 6? An atomic number represents how many atoms make up this specific element here. And when you look at the measurements of an atom, meaning you look at the curvature shape of a proton energy within the nucleus of the atom, you look at the curvature shape of the neutron energy within the nucleus of the atom, you look at the curvature nucleus, then you also look at the curvature electrons that spin around the nucleus of the atom all day long, trying to destroy it and imbalance it. You'll spot this right here. All 3 of those energies make up one atom. So that means to make up carbon, it will require 6 protons, 6 neutrons, and 6 electrons to make a carbon, right? Well, here's the thing. We are more than carbon. We are what could be labeled and described as hydrocarbon. Hydrocarbon, you see. Don't forget, hydro comes from that quantum realm or gas and things of that nature because of the vesicles and the prana. And it also, your neural abilities come from the quantum realm, like acetylcholine or the Brahman. You follow what I'm saying? Those things come from the quantum realm or the astral realm into our physical bodies to give us our characteristics and our abilities to function, unless the snake maker decides to say no soul supremacy, because that's black supremacy. Soul supremacy is black supremacy. Quantum supremacy is black supremacy. We can't allow that, right? Moving forward. So here's what I came up with. in that story there, because we are more than just the regular old carbon. We are more than just a piece of carbon, if you haven't noticed it. We are hydrocarbon or ethereal hydrocarbon or astrological ethereal hydrocarbon or quantum astrological ethereal hydrocarbon. You follow what I'm saying? God energy. True God energy is what we are. So that quantum astrological ethereal hydrocarbon is when it comes to how we are made up from it. It is way more than just what carbon says on the atomic number. So the other story gave me a 600, a 3 score and a 6, but then the other one just gave me a 666, but that number is too small. It's a 600 and a 3 score and a 6. So here's what I'm gathering right here though. The 600 is the protons. I kept saying that this 3 score was the electrons. That's what I kept saying at first because I was, due to the world being the way it is, a lot of the lies are still in my head and I don't have the necessary time to get them out just yet. So the protons would be the 600. The neutrons would be the 3 score, the half a score. And then the electrons would be the and 6. Just 3 and 3. 03 and 03. You follow what I'm saying? Now you can hear where I'm getting at. So the neutrons are the half a score. What is a half a score? If a 1 score equals 20 and a 2 score equals 40, then the 3 score would equal what? 60, right? 2, 4, 60, 20, 40, 60, right? Yeah, so it's 600, 60, and 6. You see how it almost sounds the exact same? But it's the number 600 for the protons, the number 60 for the neutrons, not the electrons, the number 60 for the neutrons. So the 3 scores for the 60, 3 scores for the neutrons, the 3 scores for the balanced energy. This is what I gather now. Protons, neutrons, electrons. So now, and then the last thing, the and 6. This is what I want to say, and I'm gonna close the video out. The and 6 being the electrons. The and 6 is the electrons. The 6 is the electrons. Just 6 electrons in our body. The 6 electrons to make up our body, right? Maybe it's more, maybe it's less, but according to the biblical story, it's the number of man. So that means 600 protons, 60 neutrons, and 6 electrons. This is actually a revelation right here. So here's what I want to show you. So 3 and 3 make 6, right? 3 and 3 make 6. 03 and 03. Here's how I see it. Because according to the logic of the story, Lilith was torn out of our right shoulder cavity and Eve was torn out of our left womb or out of the left area of our body. You follow what I'm saying? So maybe it was the heart. So maybe it was like this. Maybe they were taken like this, huh? Maybe Lilith was taken from over here and Eve was taken from a spot over here. Because when I do the research properly, 100 protons were taken from our hearts. 1 neutron, or should I say 10 neutrons now, were taken from our mind. And then half of the electrons were taken from our bodies in order to give them their physical bodies. And in the stories, it said they were planted into the dirt to be given life. But the energy was taken out of us and put back into her astral womb. And then she conceived them into the world. That's how it seems logically now. The woman's energy was taken out of the man and put back into the astral mother to be given life. But the energy was still taken out of us. Even their flesh energy was taken out of us and put in her. So meaning they did not come from the devil at all. They came from us. Just like we did not come from the devil at all. We came from the quantum realm, or we came from the Most High God. Believe whatever you want, though. So like I said, here's what I do. These 3 right here, these 3 that I do right here. I use the right hand to represent how Eve was taken out, the half of 6 that Eve came with, and then the half of 6 that Lilith was taken out of. This is why I do this thing right here. I do this thing right here every now and then to represent, to show that no matter what is going on in this world, I know that Lilith and Eve got my back. I know that Lilith and Eve are protecting me in the world like this. I know that Lilith and Eve keep me safe. My mothers protect me. Y'all ain't gonna do it, so I just made up some energies that would. And my mothers are what protect me. Mother Lilith and Mother Eve are what protect me in this world. Both of them do. What about Adam? Adam is the social now, or the Adam, all their spirits protect me. All of them do. Every ancestor in all of known reality and existence protects all of us. Want to know how? Because our ancestors are now the makeup and or the entirety of the quantum astral realm. They live through us as we live. And the more we raise our spiritual vibrations, the stronger they become through us. We have to raise our spiritual vibrations higher. And the more we raise our sisters' spiritual vibrations, the faster they stop being evil towards us. Because let's never forget, our women are only doing us as they are doing these things to us because the recessive geneities are telling them to. They are not naturally evil. They are not inherently evil. Nothing is. No human being is inherently evil at all. I've been talking for an hour. Shalom, shalom, shalom. You are the greatest people ever. You're not the lessest people ever. You were made to be less than what you are because evil, less than you, forced you to be less than what you are. Rise above the heights of the clouds. Rise above the heights of evil and walk within the true Most High God's speed forever. Which is simply 4 words after this one. Peace, love, unity, and advancement to you all, my family.